How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today I want to talk about 4 different ways that you can look out and seek out your passion in life. How you can find that thing that you really want to do in life. What do you want to learn, or which direction do you want your life to take after you've quit drinking? I think focus is very important. I think you can focus your mind on just too many different things. When you're setting goals for yourself, for long-term goals, then I think you should broaden your horizons and think about your goals in terms of many different areas. So you think about your life in terms of your relationships, your education, your career, your hobbies, your interests. When it comes to something that's going to take you forwards, take you by the scruff of the neck and drag you forwards, it's going to pull you forwards and away from alcohol, you can't beat having a passion. What is a passion? What's your passion? Here's a very young Jim Carrey, right? I saw this a while ago when I was looking at some funny videos, and this one came up from Jim Carrey, and he just looks so I think he's about 21 years of age. It's in 1983, and he's just talking about the reasons why he gets up on stage and does what he does. At that time, that's what he was doing. Take a look.
Okay, I want to go way back now.
Well, there's no feeling like being up in front of an audience when you go crazy and you really put something out and everybody goes, off the edge of their seat, and they cheer for you and things like that. There's no feeling like that. It's so different, it can't even be compared. It's just that all my life I've really wanted to do this, so it doesn't seem like I've been in the business for a short time. It's all I've ever wanted to do. It's all I've ever done. Thank you very much, man.
What a nice video. All he wanted to do was be a funny man. That's all he ever wanted to do, from his youngest days, and he brought that into everything that he's done. I heard a story from Jim Carrey once that I think he was on the top of a hill overlooking the Hollywood sign. He was parked in his car, and he wrote himself a check for $1 million, and he put the check into his pocket, and he kept saying to himself every day, one day I'm going to have, somebody's going to offer me $1 million. And he kept carrying it around, and the date on the check, I think, was almost exactly the time when he got his first $1 million contract for a movie. It's a great story. To me, passion is what gets me up in the morning, what gives me a buzz to start working and to start doing stuff. This is my passion. I love making these videos. I love writing. I love the process of thinking up ideas and putting them down on paper and trying to craft those ideas into something that I'm pleased with. It's something that I'm trying to develop gradually. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I think the only way to do it is to do it, right? The only way to be a good author is to author books, right? The only way to be a good speaker is to speak. The only way to get good at making videos is to make videos. That's why I'm starting to put in new little bits and try out new things. And if you like these new things, then let me know in the comments. If you want to see more of these videos with clips of people in them, I'll give you another one in a minute. Then let me know, and let me know who you want me to put in. But that's what passion is for me. It's just getting up with that buzz that you will keep on working throughout the day. I have to be told to stop in the evening, either by Esther or by my tiredness. I just can't do it anymore. I can't think anymore. For me, a passion is not about getting 100,000 a year, right? Or earning $1 million, or getting 100,000 a week. That's what some of our footballers. One of our footballers is getting 200,000 a week, and I don't think he's the highest paid. But at the end of the day, you can see the passion in these individuals, and they're at the top of the game, and that's why they are where they are, is because they have a passion for what they do. You know, it's nice to have money. I'm not saying anything against it. You know, without money you can do very little in this life. You need money to eat, to survive, and all that kind of stuff. But if you've got a passion, that passion will drive you forward, and it will give you a lot more success, quicker success than a desire for money ever will. This next clip is from a guy called Chris Gardner. He's the subject of a movie starring Will Smith called The Pursuit of Happiness, and it's based on a real life guy, Chris Gardner, and he was homeless while he was bringing up his very young son. I think his son was 4 years of age, 3 or 4 years of age, and he was homeless, and he went from being homeless to getting a job, a career as a stockbroker, and from there he formed his own company, which he sold for multi-millions. So he's a multi-millionaire, and because he had a passion. Listen to this clip.
The biggest trigger in my life was the recent loss of the love of my life to brain cancer. I had to be, and got to be, the honor to be Holly's primary caregiver for the last 4 years of her life. And one of the things that she and I talked about a great deal, the last part was her saying and asking me, well, now that we can see how short life really can be, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? That's a trigger. That's the biggest trigger that I have ever experienced. What are you going to do the rest of your life? And what I had to do is I had to start taking some of my own advice. I have been telling people, I had written about it for a very long time, that if you're doing something that you're not totally committed to, if you're doing something that you're not totally passionate about, you're compromising yourself every day. I had given other people that advice. It was time for me to live it.
So Chris is talking about the triggers in his life that sort of forced him to confront reality. I mean, being homeless with his child was one thing. Finding out that his lifelong love had cancer and then watching her die of cancer is another thing. And it refocused his mind. And I think these type of things, you know, where you are now with your alcohol, I think that can focus your mind as well. I think it can make you sort of think about things. That's why you're here. You know, it's why you're thinking about quitting drinking. It's why you have quit drinking, right? Is because you see what life with alcohol is offering you, and you know that there's something different, you know. So these things are your own triggers. They're your own personal triggers that are motivating you to move forwards. So how do you find your passion in life? What if you don't have a passion in life? What if you can't think of one, you know? Really, you have to find one. You've got no alternative. It's as simple as that. You've got to look for that passion. You've got to have something that is dragging you by the balls and getting you up in the morning, dragging you by the shirt collar and getting you up in the morning, you know. 4 things that I can sort of tell you to help you out. One of them is that try as many different things as you can, right? Try as many different things as you can, and as soon as one is not working, that you feel it's not working, that it's not giving you a buzz, quit, give it up. Life is short. It's too short to be hanging on to things and pushing things forward when it's not doing it for you, you know. Spend a lot of time thinking about this, you know, thinking about the different options. Have a list of things that you want to try these things, you know. Start with the things that you feel once gave you a passion. Start with the ideas that you think have the best chance of success and work from there. But as soon as you, as I say, you feel something is not working for you, give it up and do something different. Second tip is that curiosity is your best friend, right? Be curious about everything. As I say, you know, carry around the notebook with you, or a dictaphone, or whatever it is, but get your thoughts down on paper and remember your thoughts. Otherwise, these things will disappear quicker than anything. You've got to have ideas in order to try different things. You've got to, no matter how fanciful those ideas seem, or they might think, well, this is a stupid idea, If it's something that you want to do it, right? There's a famous story about Steve Jobs when he was in college, and he was trying lots of different things. He never got his college degree, by the way, but he was trying lots of different courses, and eventually he decided, he wasn't going to do it anymore, right? So he didn't bail out of college. He went to, I think it was a typography course, right? Because he had a curiosity about typefaces, and it was this curiosity that led him to this course, and he started learning about all different fonts, and it was that education, that early education, that was the backbone of the Apple computer. I mean, it was that which differentiated them in the marketplace, that they had just these wonderful fonts, all different fonts, whereas other computers just had the normal whatever they were using. But that was the start of it all, and it was something that, it was his curiosity that led to that. It was his sort of, who would have thought that, somebody like a billionaire who started Apple Computers actually got his start from doing typefaces, creating fonts, calligraphy. So ask yourself what you would do if money wasn't an object. If you had so much money in the bank that all your financial concerns were taken care of for the rest of your life, right? You never had to worry about it again. What would you do? If you could pursue anything in life, and there was no constraints to what you pursue, what would you pursue, right? And that's my third tip, is don't do it for the money, right? Passion is never going to be found in money. The money will only bring you so far. Once you've got some money in the bank and you are not chasing after paying the bills and making sure the kids go to school and all that kind of stuff, right? Once you've got all those things settled, then money just becomes a figure in the bank, right? It should be a secondary concern, So what would you do if money wasn't an object? That's where your real passion lies. And my fourth tip is that how far you rise, how far you go with this, how far you take your passion in life is completely up to you. Only you can take on or avoid the responsibility. Only you can take on or avoid the growth, right? If you say to yourself, well, I only want to grow so far and I don't want to take this past a certain level, then fair play to you, give yourself a clap on the back. That's okay. But if you're waiting for somebody else's permission to do it, then that's wrong. You have to take responsibility for your own growth. You have to take responsibility for how far you push this, and it's the only way that you're going to push yourself, right? So I hope you like them 4 tips. If you have any questions at all, leave them down below in the comments section. If you come on over to the website and sign up for the Alcohol Mastery newsletter, you get a free daily email into your inbox with a video trying to help you to inspire yourself, motivate yourself, to overcome obstacles, to get past alcohol, and what to do once you get past alcohol onto your new journey. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care of yourself. Onwards and upwards. Good luck.